So we've been working at the Huron View demonstration farm. My focus of the project is actually working on the creating an integrated groundwater model. But overall today in this quick talk, I'm going to give you an overview of what work we've actually been working on. So here's a quick example, or sorry, here's some quick pictures of the farm itself. It's located just south of Clinton, Ontario, which is right on the coast of Lake Huron in the Osable Bayfield Conservation Authority. So the watershed we're working in is the main Bayfield watershed, which you can see. And the demonstration farm is great. It's showing a bunch of different innovations in terms of different tilling practices, reducing runoff through wetland retention. And part of that was looking at artificial drainage, which is quite significant for this area. Where actually 63% of the area in this watershed is actually tile drained. So the demonstration farm has three fields that we've been working on. Field A shows a contour pattern of tiles that you can see here, which has control gates. Field B has a pattern tile set at specific distances, and our control field, which is field D. So overall, the course of the project, just go here, shows some field work that's been done. In 2023, the first master student, Rhiannon James, they installed the five wells, the drive points. There's also some shallow piezometers that have been installed to really characterize and fully understand what's happening subsurface. From 2023, after the wells were installed, to 2024 and into 2025 a little bit, it was a lot of the groundwater monitoring as well as the water quality and water samples, which I'll show you in just a quick sec. And then just towards the end of 2025, we actually finished the hydraulic testing as well as some pump testing. And we also did some infiltration testing as well. That's going to inform the final model, which is currently being worked on. In terms of subsurface, I've included a link as well to the paper. It really just was able to kind of bring in terms of what we're seeing, which is a lot of just glacial, it's a lot of dimict, and it explains kind of why tile drains is so prevalent in the area. And out of that thesis, we've been able to, Rhiannon was able to inform and create this flow chart, and that can be used by agricultural community and agronomists in terms of how can you quickly and cheaply assess the property in terms of drainage so that you can best inform the type of tiles or the type of drainage that might be needed. In terms of water quality, we are still analyzing this data, but here's just a quick snapshot. So the top ones, you can see the phosphorus and the nitrate levels, and this is kind of in what's being found in the deep wells versus in the shallow wells. And so you can see there is quite a bit of difference between the way the phosphorus is behaving versus the nitrates. And this again will all be able to inform the model that's being worked on. Which just brings me to my portion of the project. We're working on to be able to poke the model in terms of designing a model that we can understand the sensitivity so that we can look and inform those best practices in terms of how tiles are managed, what's the optimum timing to have those control gates closed or open. How do the nutrients, how are they moving through the system in terms of we want to look at the nutrient application rates and understand what's being applied versus what we're seeing in the tile versus what we're seeing in the wells. Looking at climate change parameters, wet years, dry years, increases in temperatures, and how ultimately that's going to impact yields going forward. And also what type of crops is that going to influence, obviously how nutrients are being applied and how they're being processed on site, but then also how might the tiles behave based on what the crop history is looking for. And we are using hydrogeosphere to do that, and mainly for the main reason that it can fully integrate the surface flow with the groundwater flow and inform that model that way. So we're working on it, and hopefully I will have more results the next time we meet. Thanks.